Hi, it's Miss Vynette from the Poplar Creek Library, and today we're going to be talking about the phases of the moon. There's 8 main phases of the moon, and we're going to do that through a fun activity using Oreo cookies. You've probably noticed that when you look up in the sky, sometimes the moon is full, sometimes it's only a sliver of light. And what that is you're seeing the sun's reflection off the surface of the moon. In our viewpoint on Earth, we see those different shapes as the moon revolves around the Earth. So these are the items you're gonna need to do this activity. You're gonna need some Oreo cookies, and you're gonna need something to cut the different shapes. A plastic spoon works great. It kind of has a rounded shape. You can also use a plastic knife, and if you don't have any of those items, there is a wooden stick that works great. So the first thing you wanna do is you're gonna have fun taking your Oreo cookies and you're gonna carefully kind of twist them apart. And the dark part of the cookie is going to represent the dark part that we don't see. And the white part's going to represent the part that's illuminated from the sun. And so we're going to carve that away with our knife or our spoon, depending on the phase. And I'm going to go over those phases with you, and you can follow along, and we'll learn some new vocabulary and watch the 8 phases of the moon. Okay, so I've made a little chart like this. You can use paper, you can use whatever you want, and you can label the different phases of the moon. But this is what I did for that purpose. I put the Earth here, representing that the moon does revolve around the Earth, and we have these arrows showing that. And then I kind of put the sun over here, because we do need the sun, and this is all revolving around the sun. And my position of the sun is over here. So that's the setup. And then you're going to take your cookies, like I had shown you. You're going to separate them and cut out your different shapes. So the moon phase starts with a new moon. We will always start with a new moon. And a new moon is going to be the easiest thing. When you put those cookies apart, it's going to be completely black. We often call that the dark moon. So that's the beginning of our first phase. So that's an easy one. The next phase is the waxing crescent. You've probably seen a crescent moon before. And so this is a new vocabulary word here. And so this is a crescent moon, and we call it a waxing. And it's gonna be on the right side. The part you're gonna see illuminated is on the right side. Waxing means to increase in size or grow bigger. So we've gone from dark and we're getting this slightly crescent moon. So that's the second phase of the moon. Then our next one, and again, this is called the first quarter moon, and if you look at it, that looks familiar. That is also called a half moon. And the first quarter means that the moon has now gone a quarter of its way around the Earth, and that's what we see. And as you can see, you'll be cutting that part away to represent that phase of the moon. And the next one you have is called the waxing gibbous. So there's another vocabulary word. This is a gibbous moon. Gibbous came from the word which means hump, means bulging, protruding. And so it's on its way, it's getting a little bit bigger. Again, the illumination is on the right side, so it's still waxing. And then this one you're familiar with. And this is an easy one. We just take our whole Oreo cookie for our full moon. So now we are seeing the sun's reflection and a complete full moon. And as it moves, now we have another vocabulary word. This is called waning gibbous. A waning gibbous moon means it's decreasing in size. So now, if we look at that, that's illumination is on the left side. Here's the opposite. This is on the right when it's waxing. Now it's decreasing. So this is a waning gibbous moon. And then we have our last quarter, and notice again the opposite. This is on the left side, is illuminated. That's also a half moon. The last quarter means the moon is now 3/4 of its way around the Earth. And then this last one, the waning crescent. Again, the opposite. We've got the left side illuminated and the right side. And so as you can see, you're cutting these little shapes with your knife or your spoon to create the phases of the moon. And we're back here with the new moon. This takes 29.5 days, approximately a month, and that's where we actually get the word month from the word moon. And that completes our 8 major phases of the moon. So I hope you've learned some new vocabulary and had some fun making that. If you would like to learn more about the moon, follow the links on our website. They'll take you to more activities. We have scholastic activities. You can learn more about the phases of the moon. So many things to learn about the moon, the surface, our astronauts who have been to the moon. It'll take you to different links on some of the books and materials at the library. There'll be videos, all kinds of fun things to learn about the moon and explore more. And I also want to show you, this is our telescope at the library. We have what's called extraordinary things that you can check out. You do have to have an adult card. And right now they're on hold for a little bit, but you'll be able to check these out soon. Can you imagine looking at the moon, taking home a telescope, what it would look like? So I hope you enjoyed our video and stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thank you.